Okay, very good morning, students. Today we are discussing third concept of surface chemistry, that is colloidal solution. Colloidal solution. Small introduction about this topic, that is, we know that when solute dissolved in the solvent to form solution. When a solute dissolved in the solvent to form solution. But in this topic, the solute is named as dispersive phase and a solvent is named as dispersion medium. Dispersion medium. Based on the particle size of the dispersive phase. Based on the particle size of the dispersive phase, the solutions are classified into three types: colloidal solution, true solutions, and suspensions. In examination, they will ask define true solutions, colloidal solution, and suspensions, and give an example. True solutions means the homogeneous mixture in which the particle size of the dispersive phase is less than 1 nanometer are known as true solutions. The homogeneous mixture in which the particle size of the dispersive phase is less than 1 nanometer are known as true solutions. Example, sugar solution. When sugar dissolved in water to form sugar solution, which is also known as crystalloids. If the homogeneous mixture, if this particle size is how much, student? Less than 1 nanometer. Next, second one, student. Colloidal solution. The heterogeneous mixture in which the particle size of the dispersive phase present between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer are known as colloidal solution. In this size of the dispersive phase, the particle size of the dispersive phase is in between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer are known as colloidal solution. The example is smoke. We know that smoke is combination of air and carbon particles. The carbon particles is the dispersive phase because which is dissolving, and air is the dispersion medium because carbon particles are dispersed in this air. Hence, air is dispersion medium, carbon particles are dispersive phase. These colloidal solution are simply known as colloids. Third one is suspensions. The heterogeneous mixture in which the size of the dispersive phase is greater than 100 nanometer are known as suspensions. Examples: aluminum hydroxide and barium sulfate. These suspensions, other name is also there, which is known as precipitates. Therefore, the colloidal solution properties in between true solutions and suspensions. Remember, students, only true solutions are homogeneous mixture. Colloidal solution as well as suspensions are heterogeneous mixture. The size of the particle of the colloidal solution in case of dispersive phase is always in between true solutions and suspensions. The particle size of the dispersive phase in case of colloidal solution in between true solutions and suspensions. In this chapter, in detail, we are discussing about colloidal solution. What is meant by colloidal solution? Classification of colloidal solutions, properties of colloidal solutions, applications of colloidal solutions, preparations of colloidal solution we are discussing today. Once again, I will tell, in this topic we are discussing classification of colloidal solution, preparation of colloidal solutions, properties of colloidal solutions, and application of colloidal solution. These four topics we are discussing. First topic, explain classification of colloids based on physical state and interaction between dispersive phase and dispersion medium. Based on the dispersive phase and dispersion medium physical state, how the colloidal solutions are classified. Based on the interaction between dispersive phase and dispersion medium, how the colloidal solutions are classified. We are discussing, student. Okay. Next student, based on physical state of dispersed phase and dispersion medium, classification of colloidal solution. Like this student, dispersed phase first column, dispersion medium, name of colloidal solution and example Solid in solid. If the dispersed phase is solid, dispersion medium is solid, those colloidal solutions are named as solid sols. Sols means colloidal solution, simply called as sols. Sols means colloidal solution. Since dispersion medium is solid, those are known as solid colloidal solution or simply solid sols. Solid sols. The example is gemstones. Solid in liquid. Dispersed phase is solid, dispersion medium is liquid, which are known as liquid sols or liquid colloidal solution. Examples are starch and gold sol. Starch and gold sol are solid in liquid. Solid in gas. These are known as aerosols, that is gaseous colloidal solution. Air means gas, we can call it as aerosols since the dispersion medium will be gas. Example is smoke and dust. Just now we are discussing smoke is a mixture of air and carbon particles. Air is the dispersion medium, carbon particles are dispersed phase. The carbon particles are dispersed in the dispersion medium air. The carbon particles are dispersed in the air. Similarly, dust. Dust is a mixture of air and mud particles. The mud particles are dispersed in air. Here air is a dispersion medium, that is gas, and dust particles are dispersed phase, that is solid. Hence smoke and dust are the good examples of the aerosols. Liquid in solid. Liquid is dispersed phase and solid is dispersion medium. These examples are known as gels. Liquid in solid. The name of colloidal solution is gels. Example, cheese and butter. You can observe the butter, that is dispersion medium is solid and the dispersed phase is liquid, and the cheese also similar thing. In examination point of view, this is repeated question. Name the dispersion medium present in gels. Dispersion medium is solid. Name the dispersed phase present in gels, that is liquid. Next one, liquid in liquid. Those colloidal solutions are called emulsions. Example is milk. Liquid in gas. Liquid aerosols. If gas is dispersion medium, those are known as aerosols. Since liquid is dispersed phase, those are known as liquid aerosols. Example is clouds. Generally, rain is coming from clouds. The clouds in which the water is surrounded by air. The clouds is nothing but gases. The gases contains water. Water is coming from clouds. Hence, liquid in gas is a good example of the clouds. Gas in solid. The good example is solid foam. Sponge or rubber. If you observe the sponge duster, air is present inside the solid sponge, and rubber you can observe air is the present inside the rubber. Both are good examples of gas in solid. It is a very famous example. Sponge is an example of gas in solid. Gas in liquid. Gas is dispersed in the liquid. This is dispersion medium. Liquid foam. Liquid is a dispersion medium. Hence that is liquid. Gas is nothing but foam. Liquid foam. Froth and soap leather is the good example of gas and liquid colloidal solution or liquid foam. If you observe the soap bubbles, gas in liquid, gas is present inside the liquid bubble, hence that is known as gas in liquid colloidal solution or liquid bubble. Gas is present inside the liquid bubble, hence froth or soap leather are the good example of the liquid foam solution. Gas in gas, it is not colloidal solution, there is no example, because gas in gas is not a colloidal solution, because gases are mixed in all proportion to form homogeneous mixture. When hydrogen gas mixed with oxygen gas, it can form homogeneous mixture, that is the property of the gases. All the gases are mixed in all proportions completely to form homogeneous mixture. But according to the definition of the colloidal solution, the heterogeneous mixture in which the particle size of the disperser phase is in between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer are known as colloidal solution. The definition indicates heterogeneous mixture, but gas and gas is a homogeneous mixture. Hence, gas and gas is not a colloidal solution. Gas and gas is not a colloidal solution. In examination, they will ask, gas and gas is not a colloidal solution. Give reason. Because gases are mixed in all proportion to form homogeneous mixture, but colloidal solution is a heterogeneous mixture. Here important thing, student, what are gels, what are disperser phase and dispersion medium, and what are emulsions, and what are solid and liquid and solid and gas. That name of colloidal solution, disperser phase as well as dispersion medium, and one example you can remember, student. This is gels is 2 times they are asked. The question framing is like this: name the disperser phase and dispersion medium in any one of the colloidal solution. They will ask. Gels and liquid source 2 times they are given, more concentrate. Okay students, next continuation. Based on interaction between disperser phase and dispersion medium, classification of colloidal solution. These are mainly 2 types: lyophilic colloidal solution, lyophobic colloidal solution. Lyophobic colloidal solution. Philic means more affinity between dispersion phase and dispersion medium. Phobic means phobia between the disperser phase and dispersion medium. Less affinity, sometimes no affinity is present. That is based on the interaction between the disperser phase and dispersion medium. Dispersion medium. Next one. The colloidal solution in which the disperser phase particles are more affinity towards dispersion medium are known as lyophilic colloidal solution. The colloidal solution in which disperser phase particles are less affinity or no affinity towards dispersion medium are known as lyophobic colloidal solution. Lyophobic colloidal solution. Philic means more affinity, nucleophilic, electrophilic. Phobic means phobia. Okay. Next one. Lyophilic colloidal solutions are more stable because between these two more affinity is present, hence strong bond is present, that is more stable. Lyophobic colloidal solutions are less stable because less affinity or no affinity is present between disperser phase and dispersion medium. Lyophilic colloidal solutions are reversible in nature, that is disperser phase combined with dispersion medium to form colloidal solution. Again, the lyophilic colloidal solution can be converted into disperser phase and dispersion medium, that is reversible in nature. Whereas lyophobic colloids are irreversible in nature. Once the dispersion phase combined with the dispersion medium, then that is irreversible in nature. They cannot be regained and reconverted into disperser phase and dispersion medium, that is reversible and irreversible. Lyophilic colloids, disperser phase particles are solvated, that is the disperser phase particles are surrounded by some dispersion medium particles. If the dispersion medium is water, hydrophilic colloidal solution. If the disperser medium is water, hydrophobic colloidal solution. Here disperser phase particles are solvated means the disperser phase particles are surrounded by solvent molecule, that is a dispersion medium particle. Whereas in case of lyophobic, the dispersion phase particles are not solvated. Why? Because less affinity, no affinity is present between the disperser phase and dispersion medium. Hence disperser phase particles are not solvated. Disperser phase particles are solvated. The lyophilic colloids cannot coagulate or precipitate easily. Coagulation means precipitation, blood coagulation. Due to coagulation of the blood, even though injuries is happen, the blood is not coming outside. In detail you can discuss in a further coming topic, coagulation power. Until remember, the lyophilic colloidal solution cannot coagulated or precipitated easily. Whereas the lyophobic colloids can form precipitate or coagulate very easily because Here, between dispersed phase and dispersed medium, more affinity is present. We cannot precipitate the dispersed phase particles. Here, less affinity, no affinity is present between the dispersed phase and dispersed medium. They can coagulate easily. The examples are starch, gum, gelatin. Here examples are sulfur sol, means sulfur colloidal solution. Similarly, silver sol, gold sol, aluminum hydroxide, iron hydroxide sols, arsenic sulfide sol, AS2S3 sol. Once again, student, briefly, between dispersed phase and dispersed medium, more affinity is present, less affinity or no affinity is present. These are more stable, these are less stable, these are reversible, these are irreversible. Here, the dispersed phase particles are solvated, dispersed phase particles are not solvated, cannot coagulate or precipitate easily, can coagulate easily. Starch, gum, gelatin. You can observe gum easily combined with the hands. Why? Because it is the lyophilic. Similarly, gelatin, similarly, starch. In case of lyophobic, sulfur, silver, gold sol, aluminum and iron hydroxide sol and arsenic sulfide sols are the good examples of the lyophobic colloidal solution. This question very important in PU board point of view. Differences between lyophilic and lyophobic colloidal solution. If the dispersion medium is water, hence the lyophobic is known as hydrophilic colloidal solution. Here also hydrophobic colloidal solution. Here lyo means solvent. Based on the nature of the dispersion medium, they may be hydrophilic and hydrophobic colloidal solutions also. Okay students, next one. Define the following term. Here 5 definitions are there, student. In this 5 definition, may be possibility any one definition. Multi-molecular colloids, macromolecular colloids, associated colloids, and Kraft temperature, critical missile concentration. These 3 are the types of the colloids based on the particle size of the dispersed phase. This question may be also asked in another way, that is, explain the classification of colloids based on the particle size of the colloid. That is, they can classify into 3 types: multi-molecular colloids, macromolecular colloids, associated colloids. Depends upon the particle size, the colloids are classified into 3 types or directly definition. First one, student, multi-molecular colloids. The colloids which are obtained by the aggregation of many atoms are known as multi-molecular colloid. Multi means more than one. Multi-talent. Multi means more than one. Here, these colloidal solutions are obtained by the aggregation, means by the combination of many atoms. For example, colloidal sulfur is obtained by combining 8 sulfur atoms. That is known as multi-molecular colloids. The colloids which are obtained by the aggregation or combination of many atoms are known as multi-molecular colloids. Next one, macromolecular colloids. The colloids which are obtained by dissolving macromolecule in a suitable solvent are known as macromolecular colloids. That word gives the meaning, macromolecular colloids. When macromolecule dissolved in a particular solvent or dispersion medium to form colloidal solution, which are known as macromolecular colloids. Example is starch. Next one, student, expected question, associated colloids or micelles. The substances which behaves as strong electrolyte at lower concentrations and behaves as colloidal solution at higher concentrations due to formation of aggregation are called micelles or associated colloids. Associated means combination. The substance which behaves as strong electrolyte, which is not colloidal solution, at lower concentration, that is highest dilution. As the concentration decreases, the solvent increases, dispersion medium increases. Then the substance can act as strong electrolyte. But the same substance can behave as colloidal solution at a higher concentration. As the concentration increases, amount of dispersed phase increases. that is amount of solute increases. We know that the concentration of solution directly proportional to solute. Concentration increases, the concentration of the solute also increases. Concentration of solution increases, the concentration of solute also increases. Therefore, at highest concentration, the amount of solute, that is the dispersed phase, increases. As the dispersed phase increases, formation of aggregation takes place. That formation of aggregation takes place, association of the dispersed phase particle takes place, which can form associated colloids or micelles. Now remember student, substance is same, depends upon the concentration. At lower concentration behaves as strong electrolyte, at higher concentration behaves as colloidal solution, because due to formation of aggregates. At higher concentration, amount of dispersed phase increases, formation of aggregation takes place, hence it can form colloidal solution. Once again, the substances which behaves as strong electrolyte at lower concentrations, that is highest dilution, and behaves as colloidal solution at a higher concentration due to formation of aggregates are called micelles or colloidal solution. Micelles or colloidal solution. Okay students, the substances which behaves as strong electrolytes yet lower concentrations and behaves as colloidal solution at higher concentration due to formation of aggregates are called micelles. For example students, soap solution at lower concentration, that is less amount of the soap, more amount of the water, then what happens? Strong electrolyte. Whereas higher concentration, more amount of the soap, less amount of water, then what happens? The soap molecules are aggregate with one another to form colloidal solution. We know that colloidal solution is heterogeneous mixture. The soap solution is a good example of associated colloids or micelles. Next one student, Kraft temperature, Tk, the symbol will be Tk. K means Kraft, T means temperature. The temperature at which micelles formation takes place are called Kraft temperature. The temperature at which micelle formation takes place are known as Kraft temperature. Critical micelle concentration, CMC stands for critical micelle concentration. The concentration above which micelle formation takes place are called critical micelle concentration. The concentration of the dispersed phase above a particular concentration, the micelle formation takes place are known as critical micelle concentration. Once again I will repeat, the concentration of the dispersed phase above which micelle formation takes place are called critical micelle concentration. Generally, when the dispersed phase dissolved in dispersion medium to form colloidal solution, but the micelle formation takes place at above a particular concentration only, that is known as critical micelle concentration. Briefly student, multimolecular colloids. The colloids which are obtained by the aggregation of many atoms, multimolecular acid colloidal sulfur. The colloids which are obtained by dissolving macromolecules in a suitable solvent or dispersion medium are known as macromolecular colloid starch. The substance which behaves as strong electrolytes at lower concentration and behaves as colloidal solution at higher concentration due to formation of aggregates are known as micelles. Kraft temperature. The temperature at which micelle formation takes place are called Kraft temperature. Critical micelle concentration. The concentration above which micelle formation takes place are called critical micelle concentration. Below that concentration, the micelle formation does not take place. Above that concentration only micelle formation takes place. Hence, that is known as critical micelle concentration. Okay, students. Next one, fourth question. Define peptidizing agent and give an example. Okay students, right. Definition: the phenomenon of conversion of freshly prepared precipitate into colloidal solution by the addition of electrolyte which is having common ion with that of freshly prepared precipitate are known as peptidization. The phenomenon of conversion of freshly prepared precipitate into colloidal solution by the addition of electrolyte, which is having common ion with that of precipitate, are known as peptidization, and the electrolyte added are known as peptidizing agent. Example: freshly prepared iron hydroxide ferric hydroxide precipitate can be converted into ferric hydroxide colloidal solution by the addition of electrolyte ferric chloride, which is having common ion with that of the precipitate. Here Fe+3, here Fe+3. Then only the precipitate can be converted into the colloidal solution. Here FeCl3 can act as peptidizing agent, and this phenomenon is known as peptidization. The phenomenon of conversion of precipitate into colloidal solution by the addition of electrolyte, which is having common ion with that of the precipitate, are known as peptidization, and the electrolyte added, which can be used to form colloidal solution, are known as peptidizing agent. Next one, student. This peptidization phenomena can be used for the preparation of colloidal solution. Sometimes they will ask, name the method which can be used for the preparation of colloidal solution means peptidization. Next one. Explain chemical methods used to prepare colloidal solution. First one is reduction method. That is, auric chloride react with formaldehyde and water to form gold sol, formic acid and hydrochloric acid. Here reduction takes place. Auric chloride can be converted into Rm, loss of chlorine atom, that is loss of electronegative elements or loss of hydrogen means that is known as reduction reaction. Loss of electronegative elements or loss of oxygen. We know the student recall that information. Addition of oxygen, oxidation. Loss of oxygen, reduction. Loss of electronegative elements are also called as reduction. Auric chloride can be converted into Rm. Here loss of electronegative element takes place, hence that is known as reduction reaction. Next one, hydrolysis. Addition of water is known as hydrolysis. Ferric chloride upon hydrolysis to form ferric hydroxide sol plus 3 moles of HCl. Remember student, the ferric hydroxide sol can be prepared by using peptidization, can be prepared by using hydrolysis method also. Next one, when sulfur dioxide react with hydrogen sulfide, it can form sulfur sol plus water. It is known as oxidation reaction. Here sulfur dioxide converted to sulfur. What is the observation, student? Here loss of oxygen atom means that is oxidation reaction, and hydrogen sulfide can be converted into water. Here what happens, student? Sulfur is losses, oxygen will be added, hence that is known as the oxidation reaction. Okay student, sulfur dioxide plus hydrogen sulfide to form sulfur sol plus water, that is oxidation reaction. Next, arsenic oxide react with hydrogen sulfide to form arsenic oxide and water molecule, that is double decomposition reaction. That is oxygen is replaced with sulfur is replaced with oxygen. 2 times decomposition reaction will be takes place, 2 times displacement will be takes place. Double decomposition reaction, double displacement reaction, we know that. Therefore the 4 chemical methods used to prepare colloidal solution is reduction, hydrolysis, oxidation and double decomposition reaction. In examination, 2 types of questions possible. Explain or prepare colloidal solution by using hydrolysis method or reduction method or oxidation method, or complete the following reaction. They will give the reactants, identify the products, or either this or any one of the products they will ask. Therefore students, depending upon the question paper, 2 types of questions are possible. Direct chemical methods, preparations of colloidal solution, or identify the products possible. This is more concentrate peptidization, peptidizing agent and examples. Okay students, Last one, explain. Okay students, last one, today's session, explain Brady's arc method for the preparation of colloidal solution. Like peptidization chemical method, Brady's arc method is also one of the important method for the preparation of colloidal solution. This method used to prepare metal salts, that is metal colloidal solution like gold salt, silver salt and platinum salt. In this Brady's arc method we are discussing gold salt, that is 2 gold rods are dipped in a ice cold water containing little alkali. That is 2 gold rods are dipped in a ice water containing little amount of alkali, that is potassium hydroxide. The vessel is kept in the freezing mixture. This vessel is kept in the freezing mixture containing mixture of ice and salt, which is known as freezing mixture. An electric arc struck between the gold rods. An electric arc is struck between these 2 gold rods. Then what happens? Gold vaporizes. Why? Because when electric arc is struck between these 2, heat will be evolved. Due to the heat, the gold is undergo evaporation. Gold vaporizes. The vapors are condensed due to presence of ice cold water and due to presence of freezing mixture are condensed to form gold solution. Once again student, the 2 gold rods are dipped in the ice cold water containing little alkali or potassium hydroxide. 2 gold rods are dipped in the ice cold water containing little alkali. The vessel, means this vessel is kept in the freezing mixture, that is mixture of ice and cold to reduce the temperature. This mixture is kept in the ice and salt. An electric arc struck between the 2 gold rods, that is an electric arc is arranged between these 2. Then what happens? Electric current will be passed and heat will be generated. Due to that heat, the gold rod undergo converted into vapor state, that is gold vaporizes and vapors are condensed to form gold solution. These vapors are condensed because of ice and because of freezing mixture condensed to form a colloidal gold solution. If you want to prepare silver salts, you can take silver electrodes. If you want to prepare platinum salt, you can take platinum electrodes. The electrodes are used to prepare particular salt. Gold electrode, gold salt, silver electrode, silver salt, platinum electrode, platinum salt. And one important thing, what is the role of potassium hydroxide in Brady's arc method? Sometimes they will ask. The role of potassium hydroxide or alkali is it can stabilize the colloidal solution. It can act as stabilizer for colloidal solution. And the role of freezing mixture is, that is ice and salt, it can reduce the temperature of colloidal solution, because at the highest temperature sometimes the colloidal undergo decomposition. To prevent the increasing temperature, the ice and salt mixture can be used. Sometimes they will ask student directly, you can write what is the role of potassium hydroxide stabilize the colloidal solution, what is the role of freezing mixture to reduce the temperature of the colloidal solution. Directly sometimes explain Brady's arc method for the preparation of colloidal solution also possibility is there. Okay students,